I'm not just a toy train, I'm your advertising space. Brighton Railroad, another model trains. We'll advertise your service and everything you make. We are attracting people found in every place. Brighton Railroad, your advertising space. Brighton Railroad, your advertising space. I told you guys, I'm not just a toy train. I'm an advertising space for your business, for your arts, for you. Follow me, just keep going. I painted, handcrafted. I wanted to print it and found no ink. But no, this is not a reason to get sad. This is how all the story of Staples began and took place. And taking place as a store I use for supplies, along with Amazon. Let me introduce the author of this model, Manga Jerry, Andrew Kuznetsov, and this is his email. Hey friends, and now I'm on my way to the Staples superstore. But before I enter the store, let me tell you a brief history of this firm. And meanwhile, let's build a trolleybus. Everything started in the state of Massachusetts. That's where the Boston is the capital. And literally speaking, not so far from Boston itself. The idea of Staples originated in 1985, while Stemberg, Thomas G. Stemberg, was working for a proposal on different business. He needed a ribbon for a printer. Yeah, that time printer did not rely only on ink. That time printers were still on ribbon, like dot matrix printer, color, black and white. Actually, I had such a printer myself. And this guy had a printer. And since he was such a workaholic, that was working on his proposal even on the 4th of July. 4th of July, as we know, is an Independence Day, and all of the businesses were closed. So he was so frustrated by not having a tape for his printer that he decided to open his business, which will have supply chain, which will have everything. And do you know who was co-founder of Staples? Mitt Romney. He served as company's board director for the next 15 years, helping shape business model, and then he went into politics. He was a senator of Utah, and in 2012 he was nominee for US president. And guess, just take a guess, where was the first store of Staples ever? Believe it or not, it was on Brighton. But neither on British Brighton, where my friend Dennis lives, and neither on Brighton, which is a neighborhood of Brooklyn, where most of Russian-speaking immigrants live, which is also known as Little Odessa. In 1991, Staples found its Canadian subsidiary, called Business Depot, and began operating stores under that name. So over the decade later, was renamed to Staples. And you know where the first store? In Vaughan, just north of Toronto. On September 4, 1996, Office Depot and Staples announced to merge, but the Federal Trade Commission decided that the merging company would unfairly increase office supply and prices. This would competition with OpenMax, and OpenMax did not have stores in many local markets. There was a lot of arguments, a lot of interesting turns, and Staples only acquired naming rights for Staples Center in Los Angeles shortly before construction in 1998. Staples also acquired Wheel Corporation, an online and catalog retailer for office supplies, between 19. In 2002, Staples acquired Medical Art Press, subsidiary of Wheel. In 2008, Staples acquired Dutch offices of company Carpet Express, one of the largest office supply wholesalers in the world. Staples has broad business history, but now let's just delve into the store and see what it sells and how it looks like. And now we're approaching Staples, the airplane in the sky approaching JFK Airport. Here is a parking. Almost every store has a parking for your convenience. And now we enter Staples. Excuse me. Everything you need for an office and for office-related life. Would you like to habla español in a flash? This is a place for you. Spanish vocabulary, Spanish grammar, biology, whatever you want. Just Greek stuff, algebra. We're all in internet. Forget about these beautiful things. Still come cartridges. Clearance. Let's see what they have on sale. Lots of things. Sale Coral Draw actually. Still on sale. Still on sale. on sale. Actually, I stopped using it. I still can buy these staples. Scanners, keyboards, all kind of keyboards, carrying cases. Mice, chairs, and gaming chairs. And here are my favorite part, laptops. So many laptops. Laptop stands. Five standers. iPad and tablet accessories. Here, the most important is surge protectors. Nothing will put the sale. And here behind the glass we have the copy center. These are retractable power supplies in case if power surge, they have a battery to keep a computer up and running for 8 minutes with just enough to shut down. Compact wireless keyboard. Backpacks. I actually need. I need USB upstream cable. Let me ask them, do they have? Just let me do this because it's alright. Really makes me dizzy. Let me see what they have. They even have an Amazon locker from their Amazon. Actually, they're computers that they have. And all of these are delivers for UPS. This is copy center, this is store itself. You always can bring anything you have for UPS. Actually, if you return something from Amazon, you can always bring to Staple. Such a wonderful store. Look how big, how huge. It even doesn't fit in one picture frame. Let's take another look on Staple and see how it's huge. Probably many of you got a question.
Can I open and run my own Staples?
And the answer is no, you can't open and run your own Staples because Staples is not a franchise. Staples is a centralized model of chain marketing, privately owned, and it has some business-to-business programs like Staples Advantage. They might remind franchise, but they are not. Anyway, you can join Staples as employee and later become a business partner. And remember, franchise is not the only economical model in today's world. There is a lot of interesting and fascinating business models. And now it's my turn to take this trolleybus home from Staples. This is very special Shopper's Shuttle trolleybus, and it's made all out of paper, all out of transparency sheet, and everything can be bought in Staples, and printer's ink can be bought in Staples. And printer can be bought in Staples. So let me take this trolleybus home and wish you a great day and share your Staples story with me.